Hello and welcome to another MCO update on Bitcoin. We start into Friday with a look at the shorter time frame. In yesterday's last update, I also covered the daily chart. In case you're interested, check it out. Also, don't forget that on our MCO Global channel, our main channel, there is really a deep dive Bitcoin video from a couple of days ago where I covered the long-term charts. Showed you, I think, 3 or 4 long-term charts, including some indicators and much more. Check it out. The link to this channel is in the description. Here you'll find also some behind the scenes content and much more. Looking at the shorter time frame, we can see that the price has held so far in this price range we've been watching together. It's held all support levels, right? We do not have any break below any key support. So this leaves at the moment the yellow scenario for one more high on the table. This is the one we discussed yesterday. I added another layer of microstructures to this chart, just within the yellow scenario. Not necessarily the scenario I am leaning to, but obviously it's a probable one, or I wouldn't show it on the chart. What certainly hasn't happened yet is any clear 5-wave move down. Yeah, it looked a little bit like that. It looked yesterday a little bit like, okay, maybe this is a wave 1 and a wave 2 and another 1-2 setup. So we had a mini 1-2, 1-2 setup, which actually played out, drove the price lower, but it was not the right wave count. You know what I mean? It was a 1-2, 1-2 setup, which created a short opportunity on the micro level, and did drive the price lower, probably even with a decent reward to risk ratio if the stop was above one of these recent highs. But the price landed just in support, did not break through, and the market recovered too much. So it ended up being just a larger 3-wave move to the downside, and we stayed within the range. So at the moment, the idea is we moved up in corrective waves, moved down in corrective structures, moved up in corrective structures. So just moving sideways here at the moment, and that leaves us without very, very clear signal or confirmation which direction the market wants to go. So yeah, a 3-wave move up is great, the 3-wave move down as well, but it just means we are dealing with sideways consolidation. And that exactly keeps the door open for one more high for now, because the C wave to the downside in the white count should actually be 5 waves. So we haven't seen that yet, and therefore I highlighted to you yesterday, and by the way, the wave counts are completely unchanged, right? But therefore I highlighted to you yesterday that we might be dealing with a B wave that's unfolding, okay? So if we assume that in the white scenario, which is the short-term bearish count, a larger degree A wave from the top, that's a 5-wave move that started in April, down here, down here, down here, on the 7th of April. This is a potential 5-wave move, yes, but I have no clear confirmation the top is in because it hasn't broken below any support levels. Okay, it hasn't. Yeah, not really. I mean, no meaningful support levels are broken. So from that point of view, the yellow scenario remains plausible for one more high. But still, in the white count, just to complete that actually, that thought, this here would be an A wave, and then the B wave is a 3-wave move, A, B, C. Even though it's not impulsive, but also could be a diagonal, that C wave internally. Another idea is that this B wave is a triangle, so I'm tracking a triangle in the background as well, just not show it here on the chart, but that's possible. But essentially, if it's a B wave, any corrective pattern could apply, which makes it so complicated to try to understand the microstructures. But here the goal is, and that's what many people misunderstand, the goal is not to have the perfect wave count for a B wave. The goal is to be on that we understand we have to be on the side of caution because we're dealing with a correction. Yeah, whether we get another upside extension, it would just be a diagonal pattern as well. So be on the side of caution here. We're likely at the end of a local trend at least, and any break below these swing lows, 101,450, which is yesterday's swing low, and the one from Monday at around 100,750 would likely lead to the decline. Okay, If, however, we can find a way to break above 105k, that makes the yellow count more probable, but will not rule out the idea of a wider B wave. It certainly would invalidate the triangle. So I think to keep it very simple, we can say that as long as we are in this range between yesterday's low and the 105k level, even the triangle is possible. Any break above 105k would remove the triangle idea. I'm not even showing it, but I wouldn't track it anymore. Could still be the B wave in the white count, but it would be a high B wave then. At the moment, I've got that 105,700 level as a key target for the internal C wave in that white B wave. If we break any higher, then we prepare for the yellow count to form another 4, a higher low and a higher high towards 109k. But even then, we should be close to a top. But overall, the bottom line is I'm still watching for further continuation of this correction, probably further setups for lower prices over the coming weeks. That does not mean I've called the top yet, but I'm leaning towards the white count. Yeah. But please note that in the white count, in this white scenario, this B wave could even overshoot. So difficult situation, but the microstructures need to be observed at the moment for first signals, because on this time frame, we will get the first signals which direction the market wants to go. That doesn't mean that they are very clear at this moment. They are not. Yeah, it would be easy. No, but we are observing this time frame for the earliest signal. So I keep you updated. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Yeah, also make sure that you follow us on this MCO Global channel. Today, I'll also upload a video about Ethereum, a long-term video. I don't think we have one actually, maybe one a few months back, but yeah, a long-term one where we really cover the weekly chart. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.